get that the microphone in case I have you more likely have you read. Oh well, there's a microphone. I've got this microphone up here. So where is it? Yeah, where is the microphone? Under there. You right here on the table. Bring it out, please. Oh. Yeah. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Family, brothers and sisters, friends and strangers. Yahweh Shema Shah Thumb to all my brothers. Yahweh Shema Thumb by Shema Shah to all my sisters. Today, you know what time it is? Today is Friday. What do we do on Friday? We teach the Lashawan Qadash class, the Hebrew class, the Holy Tongue, or as we like to call it in Atlanta, Hebrews 101.
That's right.
Right, absolutely, in the building. Okay, I'm blessed and fortunate to have my officer 50, the Posh Kaya, along with me. All right, and as always, here in Atlanta, we like to focus on the basics. Okay, we make sure we go over our letters, go over our syllables, our scriptures, make sure that when we have to read for the Sabbath, read for the feast, read for the generals, or read for our own pleasures, we got it down pat. All right, in the building. So let's get started. Table on the top. You know how we get down. Our letters, 22 letters in the alphabet, the Hebrew language. Okay. We're going to go over the pronunciations just in case any newcomers, and also for our veterans. All right. How do we learn? We learn through repetition. All right. Ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, ha, ta, za, wa, ra, sha, fa. All right. So that's how the alphabet will sound in the Hebrew. Okay. So now let's go over our letters in the Paleo. Okay, in the Paleo. This is the original. Remember now, the original text, the original language, if you will. This is how it's actually supposed to look. So now take on top in ancient or Paleo Hebrew. Ah, ba, ga, da, ha. Remember here we have a ha, kind of looks like the backwards F. The da, looking like a triangle. The ga, perhaps an obtuse triangle, if you will. The ba, a fish hook, almost. Or a cold finger, kind of. The ah, an English A on its side, okay. The wa, a wishbone. Za, looking like in English, Z. Ka, all right. You hear that? Ka, ka. Somebody said something like it? Shalom, Lord Christ. Hey, how about you, man? Good to hear from you, brother. Most high in Christ. Cool beings. We're still in. We're just right now. We're just focused on the alphabet right now. We're going over our alphabet. All right. It appears so. It appears so. If you're asking me that. Hey, Salaki, who's this? Yeah, how about you? Talk to me. Who's this? Most High in Christ. Water for that. Water for that. And it's always good to hear from your brother. Most High in Christ. Water for checking in. All right, back to our alphabet. We have Ka. Ka, okay, just in case. Once I got to erase a little bit. Ka in the ancient Hebrew is going to resemble a ladder. Okay, it's going to look like a ladder. All right, Most High in Christ. Next, we have Ta. Ta. Okay, which would kind of look like a target on your back, if you will. Okay. Then we have Ya. Ya, which looks like an F also, but with an extra angle. Then we have Ka. Ka. Alright? Kind of look like a magnet, if you will. Then La. La, resembling the English L. Next, we have Ma. Ma. Just in case if it's hard to see, Ma in the ancient Hebrew is going to look like a lowercase English W with an extra hook to it. Okay? Then next we will have Na, which will look like a lowercase v, English V, with an extra hook on it as well. Okay? Next we have Sa. Sa. In the ancient Hebrew, Sa is going to resemble an antenna. Okay? Then next we have I. I, which will look like the letter O or a number 0. Okay? Next we have Pa. Pa. Another fish hook, if you will. Next we have Tazah. Tazah. Okay? Straight line with a lowercase z. Next we have Qua. Qua. Looking like a mushroom. Next we have Ra, which will look like the number 4. Then Shah. Shah, resembling in English W in ancient Hebrew. And then Fa. Fa, looking like a lowercase t on the side. Okay? Excellent. Now let's go over our letters one more time. In the Assyrian Hebrew, and as always, why do we go over the Assyrian Hebrew? Because it is the most predominant text available. All right, in the building. Next, Ah. Ah, looking like an X. Then Ba. Ga. Looks like a clothes hanger. Da. Da. Kind of looks like a T, if you will, English T. Just trying to give people little notes and maybe tricks and tips to help them identify letters when they're reading it in the text. No sweat. Next we have Ha. Ha. Almost looks like a staple, but with an extra space in it. Next we have Wa. Wa. Then Za. Za. Za can be confusing at times. Za is going to look like, almost look like a sleepy T, if you will, okay? A sleepy T. Going to kind of lean to the right. Next, we have Ka. Ka. In the Assyrian Hebrew, also looking like a staple, okay? But remember, Ka does not have a space in it. Remember, we saw the Ha earlier. Ha, it will have a space. Ka will not. All right? Next, we have the letter, or the syllable, Ta. Ta. And Ta can be confusing in the Assyrian Hebrew. It's going to look kind of like a horseshoe, okay? Like a horseshoe. All right? Next, we have Ya. Ya, one of the easiest letters to remember in the Assyrian Hebrew. Why? Because it will be the smallest letter of the text. Next, we have Ka. Ka, looking like the ancient Hebrew, looking like a magnet. Okay, but remember, as always, in the Assyrian text, there are at least 5 letters that will change their shapes. They will change their shapes. Okay, and Ka being one of them. Okay, the soft Ka, if you will. All right, and it will look like the Da, but with an extended clip. Okay. Next, we have La. La, so it looks like a question mark almost. The next we have ma. Ma, it look like a bell in the Assyrian text, but when it's at the end of the word, ma will change from a bell into a box. It will change it from a bell into a box only when it is at the end of the word, okay? Always remember that. Next we have nah. Nah. Alright? Nah. Looking like a staple, but kind of broke almost. Alright? Bending, okay? And when nah is at the end of the word, nah will look like wah. It will look like wah, but it will have the extended clip. Okay? Only when it's at the end of the word, okay? It will have the extended clip. Next we have saw. Saw. Saw can also be confusing in the Assyrian text, alright? Because it kind of resembles the ma. It resembles the ma, okay? It looks like the ma. But you read the text and you see a letter that kind of looks like the ma, but it's in the middle of the word or even at the beginning of the word. Remember, it is not ma, but it will be sa. Sa, okay? And just in case if you can't see this, sa will have an extra bang at the top of its head, okay? It'll have an extra line at the top. So that's how you can tell the difference between sa and ma, okay? The next we have I. I. It's here in text, kind of looks like an English Y. Then next we have pa. Pa. Kind of looks like an upside down G. And when it's at the end of the word, extended clip. Straight line. Alright? The next we have tazah. Tazah. Crooked letter Y. Crooked letter Y. Okay? Tazah. Crooked letter Y. And what's at the end of the word? Extended clip. Straight down. Okay? Those high Christ. Next we have qua. Qua. Which can kind of look like an English P, if you will. Just a little more space. A little more space. The next we have ra. We have ra. Right? Now ra can be confusing because it can look like the da. Okay? It can look like the da, but ra will have more of a curve, okay? It's going to have a more whip appeal, right? Curvy, okay? As opposed to da, which is straight with no chasing, all right? Excellent. Then next we have sha. Sha. Kind of looks like the W. Pitchfork, if you will. And then we have fa. Fa. Fa will look like ka and ha. But it will have the squiggly line, okay? We'll have the squiggly line. Most high Christ. Let's let that sit for a couple of seconds before we get into more of our letters. All right. So now, today we have more participants in class today. We have Trooper, Aisha Allah, Trooper, Gashan, and always the Hebrew vet, Officer Yahanna with us. So just as a refresher, going over our letters, I'm going to pick on my troopers to see if they can pronounce some names and words for us. Trooper Mashallah, you with me? Alright, this is a building. Alright. Let's go. Alright. Cool. Now, Shema Shalom, can you pronounce this for me? In the building, my man. All right, okay. Gashan, you with me?
Oh, it's lucky. You gotta add the ha on the end.
Oh, and that one? Okay, no swear. Okay, I'll make sure to do that next time. For water, brother. Thank you.
I know what.
All right, Triple Gashan, if you could pronounce this for me. Go ahead. Absolutely, I can. I sure can. For water for that. I gotta stop using green. Note to self. Stop using green.
Right.
Go ahead. Absolutely, for water for that. I appreciate that. Note to self. No green or or red. Okay. All right. Hopefully that looks better. All right, Triple Gashan, talk to me. Very good. Yahanna. Very good. Okay. All right. All right. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. Let's do something a little harder then. Do something a little harder. All right. True Ma'ashawan. Talk to me. Okay. Mm, what? Close. Who said Salaki? Not yet. True Gashan, help me out. Oh, it doesn't. Okay. What's the problem? Mm-hmm. No, no, that's it. My man. That's what I want to hear. That's exactly what I want to hear. Water for that. Excellent. So somebody has really been reading on their letters. Good job. Good job. You gotta remember that. You have to remember that. Okay? Good job. Okay, so we got Saran. Good. Now we have Ra, Taza, Ya, and then Ha. If you have to, write it out. You know what? For the edification of the class, we'll write it out. So we have, we will write from right to left. So we have saran means? Hold on, look into your notes, troopers. What does saran mean? No, so go ahead, Qadash. Go ahead, Troop. Well, that's wrong. La. Okay, go ahead, Qadash. No, no. I want the meaning of the first word. Very good. So we have saran, which means captain. Cool. So now if we have captain. So now that's our hint. So now, troopers, we'll call y'all. We'll call him. Put that together. Let's try to put this together. So we have Ra, Tazah, Yah, and then Ha. So now write it out in English, what this might look like. Who's this? Talk to me. There you go. Very good. In the building, yes. Captain Ratazah. Good job. Go ahead, talk to me. Answer. Go. Absolutely, absolutely. It's all respect. It's all respect. Whether you address him as Saran, as captain, or if you just speak with him on like a personal level. Hey, Salakia, Cap, can I talk to you for a minute? You know, you still giving him the respect of his title, the respect that he has put in, the respect of the work that he has put in, the respect of the title that he has earned. So either you had said, you know, say, hey, captain, or or you just want to be formal, like, you know, saying, hey, captain of 10,000. If anything, Cap would actually say that, like if he's presenting himself, if you understand, he would do that. He would come in, hey, captain of 10,000, Washington. You see what I'm saying? You wouldn't do that. If you understand, if it makes sense. Absolutely, come on in. As we all are. Not at all. Not at all. For instance, like earlier today at the slave, I was talking with an officer on the phone, but then I had to switch and talk to a co-worker, and I found myself saying Salakia and Thawada to him. That's that's going to happen because you're in that mode, so that's all right. It's not an issue with that. But also, remember earlier we had made notes about how like we're actually kind of surrounded by the Hebrew and we don't even know it, right? So, for instance, like if we saw or heard, you might not see this, but you might hear this, okay? So now, you've probably heard this before, right? So now, Shubhamai Shalom, I would like for you to sound this out and pronounce it. All right? Very good. Now put it together. Put it together. Try again. Matter of fact, let me help you. Let me help you. Okay, you're close. You're close. Now let me try this. Now, how about I try this? Let's try this in ancient Hebrew, okay? Let's try this in ancient Hebrew. No sweat, no sweat. Okay. Cool. So now remember, in ancient Hebrew, we had to use our bumpers and bridges. Cool. So now maybe that can help you out. Go ahead. Okay, so
Oh.
now,
Oh.
what? Very good. So now what is that? No, you just realized that you can hear the name. You just read the name Latanya in Hebrew. You see how our language is all around us and we had no idea. You've been pronouncing the name for years. You had no idea that it sounds just like Hebrew. Is that kind of what you were getting at, Father Zion? Absolutely, please. me some Ebonics with it. Now, okay, cool. Now give me Ebonics. Put Ebonics with it. Or what our people used to call Swahili. Now you got it? Okay, all right, fine. Okay, so now I asked you to give me some Ebonics. I asked you to give me some Swahili. Cool. So now you came up with Shanaikwa. Now give it to me hood like. There you go. There you go. Again, it's around us. It's around us, but our language has been bastardized and taken from us. So you see, we just did Latanya, we just did Deshaun, we even did Shaniqua, Shaniqua. It's there. It's in front of us. But because we lack the discipline, we lack that truth, because we've been disobedient, we're not going to see it anymore. And that's what happens to it. It becomes faded and erased. All right? But this is why it's important to, like, you know what I'm saying? It is important to study other languages, but mainly to study our own language, and to see, like, really who we are and who we're supposed to be. All right? Everybody understand?
Come.
Come on in and talk to me.
What you bringing out tonight in this Hebrew is so prophetic, you know what I'm saying? They go along with the scripture. The Bible says that the Most High is going to return us unto a pure tongue. And in the late 80s and the early 90s, we started hearing these terms, and people started, talking bad about black folks, saying you speaking of Ebonics, you speaking that good language and this and the third, but it was the Most High preparing us, to get back to that pure tongue.
That's sloppy.
Absolutely. Come on in, talk to me.
Yeah, I got. Oh yeah, sloppy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saying we're heavy. We got our names all mixed up in Hebrew.
Right.
Well, my middle slave name is Javon, and he's one of the sons of Jacob. Is in book Genesis 10 and verse 2.
Okay.
The name.
All right, go ahead.
The book of Genesis, chapter 10, verse 2. The sons of Jacob, Gomer, and Magog, and Madai, and Javon, and Tubai, and Melesh, and Taurus.
Right. It's in there. It's in there, but it's been bastardized. It's been bastardized because of our oppressor, okay? Which leads back to not only just our oppressor, but why was our oppressor able to come in and do these things? Because of our disobedience.
Right.
Disobedience, man. Let's do another name real quick before we get out of here. We'll move on to something else in a little bit. Let's see if people can figure this one out. All right. Napash Kaya, please step down. I want to see if you can read this one. See if you can figure this name out. That's the director. See if you can read that.
Malakam.
Okay.
Malakam.
Malakam. All right, cool. So now, very good, very good. So now we have Malakam, right? Cool. So now, Trooper Gashan, we have the words, and it's read out, Malakam. Now, put that in Ebonics for me. Okay, very Very good. So we have Malakum. Now put it in. Now give me some Ebonics with it. Write it out if you have to. Again, going back to how we said, like, you know, the names we use now, the language, the language that we use, it's been taken from us, it's been bastardized. Go ahead. Exactly. Exactly. Very good. Right. Very good. Very good. See, I knew you would be thrown out because of that cut. Did you see? Malakam. Then, what happens? We ended up translating it into Malcolm. Come on in, talk to me. I don't mind.
To those of you that are in the Israelite school of universal practical knowledge and you want to learn this Hebrew, first thing you should do is get into class. The greatest class to get into is Hebrews 101 here in Atlanta, Georgia, 3353 Glenwood Road, Decatur, Georgia. Come one, come all, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So welcome to my company.
That's right.
Absolutely, absolutely. The water for that, taught by Dartmouth and obviously Yahanna, who have been taught by men higher than us, such as obviously Yahanna, obviously Yahanna, obviously Damayan, obviously Saquon, Captain Roger Zaya, men above us. I couldn't forget Officer Ricard, who taught us the Hebrew as well. So we can't forget those brothers either, and we never will. All right? And essentially, we learn this. Why? Because of the diligence and the obedience of Commander Junior Yahanna, who held on to this truth, who was given the truth and gave it to other brothers, gave it to other sisters, so that they can fish for more men to get us out, to get all Israel out of captivity. At the end of the day, this is what we're all about. All right? Yes, we know we want to learn this Hebrew language. We want to find, words that we can words and names that we can translate from English to Hebrew real quick, like. But at the end of the day, we're all about trying to save our people and get out of this oppression and get out of this captivity. Everybody understand?
Come.
Most High in Christ. All right. But very good, very good. Indeed. And also, we're trying to just do this to show that, learning Hebrew can be fun as well. It can be fun, especially when we learn, like, what we're doing. Okay? Cool beans. Let's see if I can think of another name. Okay, we'll think of another name. We'll get into more of our lesson a little bit. All right.
Oh yeah, Slocky.
Go ahead.
I was at one of these assignments at my slave. I saw somebody's name on the locker. The name is, how you spell it? Da, Ya, and Na. Now you spell it, but you know how it's pronounced?
You said Da,
Ya, and Na.
and Na. Let's see. Okay. Challenge accepted. So I got Da. You said Ya,
Gone.
Ya, and
Na.
Na. Now, let's see. Just real quick, so we can sidebar. If I see, or if I hear in Hebrew, Da, Ya, and Na, you're going to think, first it's going to be Dayan,
Mm-hmm.
but then I probably have to say somehow Diane.
You can do it that way too. But I saw the way it's spelled. It's kind of like how it is on the board. Just translate.
Yeah, they gave some ebonics to it. Yeah. But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's our language is around us, and our language is still in us.
Mhm.
It's still in us, but because of our oppressor, we don't know it now, right? Just how did the oppressor say back in the slave days? Back in the slave days, right? Like, the easiest way to get past the slave, what? You can hide it where? Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, talk to me. You hide it in a book. Okay, now see now, okay, so now let's take it deep. Let's go, pause. Let's go deeper with this, right? So now, if the oppressor is going to keep it in a book, what is so significant about that it's in a book? Come on.
The words themselves and the spirit behind the word.
All right. Absolutely. Okay, the words themselves and the spirit behind the words. Okay. I was on the box.
Back in slavery, they ain't allow us to read. So we're trying to, if they catch us read, they'll burn our eyes. So as a generation, we would be scared to read a book because we get scared to get our eyes burned out. And they pass that same spirit down onto us. That's why we don't like reading books and stuff like that. So that's the spirit behind it.
I like it. I'll take that. Okay. Anybody else want to chime in with this? No sweat. Essentially, it's right in front of you. It's right in front of you. It's been there the whole time. It's been there the whole time. It's been within your reach. It's been in your hands. The power, as they would call it, has been in your hands. But because we didn't follow it and we didn't know how to use it, and we didn't know what it was, what happens? Because we didn't know what it was, what did we do? Go ahead.
That's the heavy point that you said, brother. I just want to make.
Go ahead.
Because we don't get a chance to utilize it, we fall to the bottom. And once again, the scriptures are legendary. They will, these scriptures now, not the books to come when we write the books to celebrate coming out of that kingdom, but the books prior, the Bible and the Apocrypha included. These books have the key to life. You know what I'm saying? You can learn how to build a nation, sustain life, raise your family, create economic empowerment for you, your family, your community, and your nation. You know what I'm saying? This Bible is all inclusive. History, science, math, engineering, everything that we need to know in building our society and thriving in our society. That's why, you know what I'm saying, these oppressors hiding in plain sight, so to speak. You know, it makes everything that we learn here in the truth that more special and that more precious, because most I didn't have to choose us to come into this truth. He didn't have to jump us around our shoulder or hit us in the head and wake us up to this truth. He didn't have to do that. But because he did and given us the keys to build a society, you know what I'm saying, there is nothing greater than these burdens that are on these pages that tell us how to be a brother to a brother, how to be a sister to a sister. All we have is each other. So
No, absolutely, man. Very good point. Very good point. Yeah, absolutely right. Absolutely right. We have the keys to life. We have the keys to life. All right? But, again, because of our oppressor, we essentially rejected it. We wanted to follow after the oppressor's ways. And now, here we are on the bottom, begging for change, begging for a change, if you will, panhandling, all right? Hoping for a little respect from our oppressor, hoping for some sort of compassion, if I used to ask people something simple. Like, hey, did you ever get bullied in school? And they would tell me, hell yeah, I did. I got bullied. I said, really? I said, so now, did the bullying ever stop? And they said, hell yeah, it did. And I asked them, how did it stop? And they said, they fought back. And it's like, wow. I said, you fought back. So I said, you didn't try to have a meeting with him? You didn't try to give him compliments and think that he would have a change of heart? They said, hell no, that doesn't work. I said, okay, so now why do our people fall for that trick? Why do our people still think that that can happen? All right? You have to understand that our oppression does not respect weakness at all. And because we have been weak, we have been falling for his tricks. Why would he respect us? Why would he give us anything? All right? We have to understand, we have to fight back. All right? But we don't have to fight back physically. All right? We can stand up for ourselves, and we can stand up for ourselves in a righteous manner. But guess what? It starts with these scriptures. Something so basic. And we can fight our oppressor and beat him. All right? And deliver him unto Christ and the Most High for our revenge. For the vengeance that the Most High speaks of. All right? So with that, let's turn to the book of Mashaliah. Let's turn to the book of Mashaliah, one of my favorite books. Hint, hint. Chapter 1, verse 7. All right? Yahanna Park. You have that? All right. Yahanna Park, if you could read that for me in the English.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 7. The fear of the Lord is
What?
the fear of the Lord
Go ahead.
is the beginning of knowledge.
Go ahead.
But our fools,
Who?
but fools,
But who?
but fools
Okay.
despise wisdom and instruction.
Despise wisdom and?
Instruction.
Despise wisdom and instruction. All right. Hey, I told you this is like a focus verse. It's like a focus verse. Okay. This will be a foundation verse for Hebrews 1:1. Just to let you know. Okay. All right. Everything we're talking about can go right back to this scripture right here. Okay. The reason why we're in this captivity, the reason why we're in this oppression, the reason why we don't even know our original language can go back to this scripture right here. All right? So now, that being said, let's get some practice in. This is what we're here for. So now, let's see, Trooper, Gashawn, you're up. Read this for me in the Hebrew. Whether you're in the Blue Letter Bible or you're on the board, I want for you to read this for me. should know this one. You should know this one. It's easier than you think. We have wa, then.
Wa, ma, wa.
Okay, ma, wa, then what?
Wa, ma, wa.
No. Okay, we have wa, ma, wa, then what?
Oh, sa.
Okay, then.
Wa, ma, wa, sa.
There you go. What marasar? So you know that person. You know that person.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, wa, ma, sa.
There you go. There you go. See, that's also why we focus on the names as well. That's why we focus on the names. Why? Because our names have meaning. Okay, our names have meaning. Our names are biblical. All right, and you can find them in the book. So when you know how to already pronounce these, when you actually see it in the text, it should come a little easier to you. Okay, and to help you get other words as well. Continue. All right, that one doesn't have as much whip appeal. Doesn't have as much curviness to it. All right. Good. I'll take that. All y'all. All y'all. All y'all. There you go. All y'all. No sweat. No sweat. We're working. Hebrews 101. We're working. Good. All right, keep going. Last word. Is that looking at, it looks like an extended clip to you? We got Ba, Za, then. Okay, so now put it. All right, very good. Now put it together. That's cool. Baswa. Good job. Very good job. All right. You've been practicing. You did very good. Okay, now, Trooper, my Aisha Allah. Talk to me. Read this for me. There you go. Take your time. All right. Ra'ashya. Yeah. Good. Okay. Good. Try that again. Good job. I'll accept that. Very good. All right. Give your brothers a hand. Okay. All right. Uh-oh. Who's this? No sweat. You're here. That's what counts. In the building. Oh, hey, that's all right, sis. Hey, you know what? Most High in Christ. Most High. Excellent. How Shema. Talk to me.
All I heard was zeal. I promise that's all I heard was zeal. The water seal for being declared tonight.
You know what?
right.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, sis, okay. In the building. Okay, well, just to catch you up, in case you watch the class and such, of course we did our letters, and then we went over how you can actually find Hebrew all around us in certain words and even in our names. All right, such as Latanya, okay, or Malcolm, or Lashawan, or even Shaniqua. You can find the Hebrew in those names. Absolutely. So yeah, if you ever have a chance, go back. Take your, look at your notes and write the letters out and see if you can understand, you can see what we see. When we tell you, when you see that Latanya, we write out Latanya. Again, you write out Deshaun, you write out Malcolm, and as we said, Shaniqua.
Oh, it's like,
Come on in, talk to me.
oh, what I said about earlier about Diane, it is Diane. If you bastardize it,
Yep.
it'd be Yan, but like you said, he was young.
Right.
So I thought in my head, I automatically said, oh, it's Diane. Okay, that's a Hebrew name. But they pronounce it in the English Diane,
Right.
but it was written, spelled in Hebrew.
Right.
So it is Diane.
Very good. Very good. Option fires the water for that.
Mm.
Most iron first. Okay. Talk to me. Go ahead.
That zeal that, you know what I'm saying, that did something to me, you know what I'm saying, that zeal that would make Israel, that zeal.
Right.
And if I got free thought.
I don't mind. I don't mind at all. It wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be right if we didn't have that. Talk to me.
So, Isaiah chapter 9, verse 7.
All right.
Of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom to order it and establish it with the judgment and with justice from henceforth even forever. The zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform this.
Give that brother a hand.
That's right.
Absolutely. You know what? Matter of fact, for my own notes, say that verse again so we can write it down. You made that verse again? Brother Zion. Yeah.
Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 7.
Okay, you know what? Let me write on the board. Isaiah chapter 9. You said verse 4, correct? Oh, my apologies. 9 and 7. Okay, no sweat. Absolutely. So just in case, for the sister, we'll put it Isaiah 9 and 7. Zeal. Absolutely. And speaking of zeal, so now let's flip this. So now we just read how having the fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge and wisdom. And we saw that the beginning of knowledge, to paraphrase if you will, even out. And fools will despise wisdom and instruction. So now, going along with that zeal, okay? Let's think. So today, can somebody tell me what's today's date? What's today's date? Go ahead. Okay, today is the 15th. The 15th of October. Okay? So now, speaking of zeal, today is the 15th of October. Alright? And now, looking at the scriptures and how fools despise wisdom and instruction. So now, with that being said, what are some things that our people, especially, will have zeal for it. Name something unlawful that people will have the zeal for. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, that is one thing, but especially since it is October the 14th, people will have a zeal for
That's luck.
uh yep. Also the pot.
Holidays.
Holidays especially. And what is one holiday in particular coming up? Right, right. Halloween is coming up, and our people are going to have a lot of zeal for that. They're going to have a lot of zeal for that. Okay? And why is that? Again, because they chose to follow after somebody else. They chose to follow after their oppressor. Okay? So now, let's look at the book of Proverbs, chapter 2, verse 14. Verse 14, okay? While we look at that, I'm going to go ahead and write this out in the Hebrew. Alright? You have to understand, a lot of this zeal that we have comes from our oppressor. Right? Because we don't fear the Most High anymore. We fear, our people fear and love the oppressor more than the Most High. Alright? Let's see if we can get that. Somebody go ahead and read that for me.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 2, verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
Who rejoice to do evil.
Read that part again, that first part.
Who rejoice to do evil.
Mm-hmm.
And delight in the frowardness of the wicked.
And delight in the frowardness of the wicked. You see what I'm saying? That's what our people are doing. And that's who our oppressor is. Our oppressor loves to do evil. He loves to do evil. That's why he has days like Halloween about to come up. Because he loves to kill. Alright? He loves to celebrate the dead. Alright? Not just to celebrate them, but he will even disgrace them. Alright? That's who our oppressor is. And unfortunately, that's also who our people tend to respect more than the Most High. Alright? So now, let's see if we can read this in the Hebrew. And we'll get more into this scripture in a little bit. Let's see, Triple Gashan. I'd like for you to read this real quick. Mm-hmm. That's right. Mm-mm. See, and hold on. Remember now, remember what we said? All we heard was zeal. That's all I want to hear right now. That's all I want to hear. I want to hear that zeal. That's all right. Take your time. Take your time. And don't worry, Trooper, my Ashal, you're up next. Go ahead. What? Hold on, what? keep rolling through it, you good too. Okay? No sweat, no sweat. I hear you, I hear you. All right. Father Zion, Father Zion. Let them know.
Book of Proverbs, 2 verse 14, in the Hebrew, I.S.U.P.K,
Mm-hmm. Yes. Thank you. Very good. Absolutely. That's what I wanted to hear. But at the same time, my troopers did good. My troopers did well. Ha, Shamak Yum. Very good. La Aishwa, Ra'ai, Ya the Y'all wa, Ba, Ba, Ha, Ha, Ba, Ba, Ha, Pa, Wa, Ra'ai. Very nice. Very nice. And what did we read? We read talking about the oppressor and even our people when it comes to certain holidays, especially as in Halloween, who rejoice to do evil and delight in the frowardness of the wicked. Okay? Cool. So now, let's look into the scripture some more. Give me the definition of frowardness. Frowardness. I need the definition of frowardness. Yes, sis.
The definition of frowardness would be habitually exposed to disobedience and opposition.
Ooh, hold on. You're going too fast. Hold on. That first word hit me. You said habitually, okay.
Exposed.
Okay, and habitually exposed.
Disobedience
Uh-huh.
and opposition.
Ooh, disobedient. And you said in opposition. Hey, okay, disobedient and opposition. You know what I'm saying? All right, in the building. Cool. So now, oh, am I running right? Okay, cool. So now we have the word frowardness. And the sister said, habitually disposed, disobedient, and opposition. That's what frowardness is. Okay? So when we look back at the scripture, Proverbs chapter 2, verse 14, who rejoice to do evil, okay, and delight in the disobedience and the opposition of the wicked. All right? That is what essentially the celebration of Halloween means for our people to the Most High. Okay? Right there. Read it again with the definition. Okay? Proverbs 2 and 14. Who rejoice to do evil and delight in the disobedience and opposition of the wicked. Our oppressor is in opposition of the Most High. Our oppressor is disobedient to the laws and commands of the Most High. Our oppressor does this habitually. Okay? And what is the root word of habitually? Habit. Habit. All right? And what essentially, what is a habit? It is an act that you do over a life. This is who our people rejoice after. Okay? That's what you're about to see. That's what you're about to see come Halloween. As a matter of fact, you're seeing it right now. You're seeing it right now. Alright? Okay, now we just had who was it? Dave Chappelle in his special, The Closer. And I was watching some of it today, and I was very impressed with it. Very impressed with it. Granted, I couldn't get from all of it, you know. But he was talking about people who habitually are disobedient and in opposition of the Most High. He talking about people who are in opposition of the Most High's natural law. Just think about that. They are in opposition of the Most High's natural law. Okay? So now with this context, what is the Most High's natural law? Anybody? Talk to me.
He told man to walk into the fruitful and multiply.
No sweat. But I wanted that first part. Man and woman. That's it. That's it. Man and woman. We don't have to add a. We don't have to add a. And well, let's say we don't have to put an asterisk in front of it, in front of man. We don't have to put in parentheses before woman. Most High's natural law is man and woman. But our oppressor is in opposition of that. Our oppressor is disobedient, disposed of that. Matter of fact, he wants to dispose of the Most High's natural law.
Right.
You see? But our people have been so abused, so enslaved, that they delight and rejoice in what our oppressor has to do. Does everybody understand?
Come on.
See, absolutely. See, obviously, how we got, you brought out something new. You said how these scriptures are legendary. These scriptures are legendary, man. And we should follow them. What was happening back then is taking place right now. That's what we're seeing. When we see that, that history, when they say that history repeats itself, not only does history repeat itself because of reincarnation, we're not going to go into all of that, but also history repeats itself essentially when you make the same mistakes.
Right.
History will repeat itself when you make the same mistakes. When our people keep delighting, they continue to delight and rejoice in the wickedness of our oppressor. This is the things that happen. Halloween happens. Okay? When they delight in our oppressor and his wickedness, forwardness happens. More pronouns happen. More asterisks and parentheses happen. Okay? You have to understand that. Alright? And let me get the next verse. Uh-huh.
Proverbs 17, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
Whose ways are crooked,
They're what?
and they walk whose ways are crooked.
Hold on, they're what?
Their ways are crooked.
Mm-hmm. Now this is just real quick. Hold on. So whose ways are crooked. Alright, now, what is something natural for our people to say? Let's do a little entendre, if you will, or pun. streets and I say, hey, shalom on Christ, brother. How are you? What's something simple, in this context, in this scripture that you might see, what's something that you might say to let me know that you know you're doing all right, you're doing pretty good? Something real simple. Looking at the scripture, whose ways are crooked. But if I ask you, how are you doing? I'll say, how are you doing? Exactly. Straight. I'm doing straight. Meaning, you're doing what? What are you doing? Absolutely. I'm straight. I'm good. I'm tawab. All right? Cool beans. All right, so now continue. Absolutely. Whose ways are crooked and they froward in their paths. Again, the officer said earlier, these scriptures are legendary. Okay? These scriptures tell of stories, tell of history that has gone before us. Stories and history that has gone before us and is made to last from generation to generation as an example to follow after, as something to look forward to. Legendary. Right here, we see it in the book of Proverbs that it's good that being straight is good. Right? And what? Being crooked, all right, is evil. And froward. All right? I just want to see people to see just how, again, how Officer said, these scriptures are legendary. And they are in place to help us, to help our people. Okay? They are in place to help our people to tell the story, to tell of the history, so that the wrong history will not repeat itself. Okay? This Bible tells you of the mistakes that our people made. Okay? The mistakes that our people made. And also the good things that our people did as well. Alright? And they're telling us what to follow after and what to stay away from. Does everybody understand?
Call on.
No sweat. Absolutely. Everybody with me on this? Does anyone have a problem with what I'm saying? Anybody have a problem with what I'm saying? Or they have any questions about this? Okay. That's it. Let me know. We really have to follow after these scriptures, man. Alright? So now, let's double back. This will be our last scripture for the night. Let's double back to, let's double back up to verse 12. The book of Proverbs, verse 12. Father Zion, you can take care of that for me?
The book of Proverbs, just verse 12. To deliver thee from the way of the evil man.
Mm-hmm.
From the man that seeketh froward things.
Absolutely. So, to deliver from the evil man, the man that speaketh froward things. Okay? So now, speaking of froward things and evil things, what is something froward and evil that has been said and perpetuated for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians? Come on, talk to me. All right, absolutely. Okay, that's one. But let's make this a little. Let's make this personal as well. Let's make this personal as well as biblical. All right. Let me hear some. I want to hear like some stereotypes. That's especially what I'm looking for. Let me hear some stereotypes of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Give me some stereotypes. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. That's right. That's all they love. Okay. What else? What else? Come on now. I know y'all know these stereotypes. Some of y'all have been fighting these stereotypes your whole life. Go ahead. Uh-huh.
One of the greatest stereotypes I ever heard was all the way through school, elementary, very high school. They always told us that Indians were the enemy.
Right. That's right. They told you that all you loved was watermelon and fried chicken. They told you that the Indians were your enemies. You probably even heard that. Come on in and talk to me. There you go. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. All right, that nothing good can come out of the black community. Only thing that's going to come out of the black community are entertainers, rappers, drug dealers, basketball players, and football players. That's it. That's all you amount to. All right. And then when you get some money, what happens? You're going to turn away from your community. All right. And you're going to get a spouse that looks nothing like you or your people, especially your mother. All right. And why do especially our men? What was the stereotype that our men go to another race? Why? Because the black woman runs her mouth too much. Because she is not submissive. Right? And somehow we've fallen for the narrative that the oppressor's woman is more submissive when it comes to the black man. That's a stereotype that we've been having to fight. And if the black man wants to stay in his own community, what happens? Now he doesn't quote unquote get married. He just has baby mamas. All right? Yeah, baby mamas. That's the stereotype that we've been fighting. Okay? Come on in, talk to me. in Hebrews 1:1. Something simple as to learning the language, learning your culture. All right? Learning your culture, and it goes all the way back to, and we can figure out things now. When we read these scriptures, and we see again from the book of Proverbs, chapter 2, verse 12, to deliver thee from the way of the evil man, from the man that speaketh froward things, the man who's been speaking evil things about you throughout history, throughout your entire life, your father's life, your grandfather's life, your grandmother, your great-grandma, your auntie, speaking evil things about you, man, and perpetuating that, trying to make you feel in the narrative, okay? But here in I.S.U.P.K, under command of Yahanna, we are going to end that narrative. We're going to break that, all right? We have a new story to tell. How do some of the rappers say? The South got something to say. I.S.U.P.K got something to say, man.
Work.
Right? And we're going to tell the oppressor, every oppressor, and especially every oppressor on this earth that they are evil. We are the true Jews of this Bible, and the Most High is going to come down and take vengeance, man.
It's work.
The righteous way. Okay? And again, it starts with following these scriptures, learning these scriptures, man. All right. Most High in Christ. So let's take it from the top. True to shine. Top 10 minutes. Pretty good, okay? Shuma Aishala, talk to me. Come on. Good, keep going. No, keep going, you had it, keep going. Thanks, word. All right. Okay. Okay. Very good. All right, okay. My brothers are reading better. Okay. Now, I was excited. Because this one can be tricky. This first word can be tricky. Okay. Now, True Deshaun, you did good because you saw the lesson. You still tried to connect. The right way. No sweat. That's pretty good. But my Aishala got it correct. Okay, it's going to be Laha Tazayalka. Okay, in this instance, all right. And then the next one you both had right, Madarak. So very good. Okay, Father Zion, take us home. Very good. What did we read? We read to deliver thee from the way of the evil man, from the man that speaketh froward things, from the man who speaketh evil things. And what did we learn that froward words? That froward is in opposition to, froward is disobedience, froward is evil, froward is wickedness. Okay? So this is what the scriptures are made for. The scriptures are here in place to deliver us from the evil man, from that oppressor, from the oppressor, from all oppressors. Okay? From the man that speaketh froward things. Okay? So now, also, just real quick before we go, how it says the man. The man, the man. It's not some spirit that's after you. It's not, oh, the devil thought he had me. No, it's none of that. It is a man. It is a physical man that is speaking these evil things on your life. It's a man that's speaking evil things into your life, okay? That's what he's doing, okay? He's trying to speak evil things on you, right? What? Eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, okay? He's speaking evil things on you, telling you that there is not necessarily an alternative universe, but an alternative lifestyle, okay? When he's speaking evil things on you, he's telling you that it's okay to transmogrify yourself, okay, into something other than what God originally made you to be, other than what God intended you to be, okay? These are just a few things that the oppressor is speaking onto you and has the agenda and is planning against you, okay? And in case you missed it, it's in the scriptures. It's in the scriptures. And guess what? It's been there the whole time. It's been there the whole time. The oppressor is so arrogant that he can put the weapon of his demise in your hands because he knows that you will not use it. He knows that as a Christian, you do not know how to use it. Okay? But that's why the Commander Junior Yahanna, the I.S.U.P.K is here to let you know what these scriptures are really saying and how to get out of this oppression and get out of this captivity. All right? And with that, we'll pass the class off to the preaching officer.
I got a question real quick from
I'm sorry, Salaki. Hold on.
Yeah, so I got a question online
Absolutely.
from young man Terrence from Denver.
All right.
Salaki, sir. Are there any books to help with reading and writing the Assyrian Hebrew? Already typing it, he can download the Blue Letter app so you got any suggestions?
Right now, that is the only book that I know of. I'll have to get some counsel on that to give him a better answer. But in the meantime, just keep chiming into class and download the Blue Letter Bible so that he can get the translation, so he can get the Assyrian to coincide with the King James version. All right.
Okay, that's it.
All right. And again, with that, we'll pass the class off to preaching officer of 50, the Posh off.
Salam, this is the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We read the I.S.U.P.K started on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Room for a new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister come to the school, they are limited for 6 months. They are here to be saluted only. They are here to set themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from their head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which your brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. Mayashal, that means tenth in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, gives to the church department or teacher. Priest fund, free or off for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you like to give. Next holy convocation is the Feast of Hanukkah. That will start from November 28th, sundown, within the space of 8 days. And you also can find this in the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 4, verse 51 to 62.
52 through 61.
That's okay. 52 to 61. Right. Remind Akim and Akwaskim to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If in the school building, you will see it right over here while I'm pointing. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boot, shirt, pant, headband, and scarf. And to Google address every time they are heading to the school. And with that, Ben Israel give one church salute to the teacher and the men online. Men Israel, I might Sabbat, I might Barak, Yahweh Shem Yashar Brakatham.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Brakatham.
Well, I just said in Hebrew, may Most High in the name of Christ bless you. Yat Matap, meaning hands down. We also got a sister online. Give one curse salute to the sister. Men Israel, I might Sabbat, I might Barak, Yahweh Shema El Shem Yahshua. Well, I just said to the sister in Hebrew, may the Most High watch over you in the name of Christ. Yat Matap, meaning hands down, Christ.